Do you ever wake up in the morning and think you just want to burn it all to the ground? And what I mean by burning it all to the ground is those old white men and the women who support them who want to tell me what to do with my body.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Reformed bad boy Dryden Joss here. I am here today reacting to a couple videos that my friend Roger sent me from Students for Life. Students for Life is a advocate group for pro-life. We are trying to get rid of abortion. I don't work for Students for Life, but I have a lot of friends who do, which is really awesome. I'm glad to be kind of connected to them. We hung out a bit at the March for Life back in, when was that? I guess earlier this year. So Roger, thank you so much for these videos that we're about to watch, but even more thanks goes to my patrons. Thank you guys so much for financially supporting this channel. It means a lot to me. Not only does it mean a lot for your financial support, but it also means that I am now accountable to making dope videos for you guys. So I'm trying to make 2 videos a week. That's what I can do. So without further ado, I guess let's just watch these videos.
I just want to read you this poster that I have because I hear a lot of pro-lifers say that life begins at conception. So my poster reads, "Life begins when you understand living women matter more than potential babies."
Living women matter more than potential babies. That's when living starts, guys. My life doesn't begin until I believe that living women are, what word did she use?
Women matter more.
Matter more. So living women matter more than potential babies. That's where my life begins.
Woo!
I'm an NPC.
What do you mean?
If it's a potential baby, what is inside of a woman?
It's a fetus?
Is it living?
No.
How can
Fetus, not living. Is it dead? You can either be alive or dead. You can't be anything else. So a dead fetus cannot grow. It cannot, that's primarily it. It can't grow. So it has to be alive because it is growing whatever is inside of you.
it grow if it's not living?
Exactly.
Actually, that's like saying if an acorn is a tree.
But that's the same thing as saying a baby's not an adult.
That's actually a good question, but that line...
Yeah, of course, because you don't know it. Because it's living. It's living.
How about you let her speak?
You're fundamentally denying science to validate your opinion.
You actively deny science, ma'am.
That's so funny. That's so ironic. They're actively denying science. Everyone agrees. Scientists, everyone agrees. Life begins at conception. The issue is, what do we do with that life? Do we want to be able to legally kill it, or do we, I think the more correct side, want to let it live and become the older human that it already is? It's already developing, so why hinder that? And we all know why. It's because these people who are getting abortions are either coerced into getting a abortion, or a lot of women are forced into getting an abortion. A lot of women are pressured into getting an abortion. It's because people don't like responsibility. That's what it boils down to. Is you want to have the pleasure of having sex without the effective outcome of sex, which is a baby.
What science did I deny, Darby?
Okay, so let's look at...
She didn't answer the question. She's like, let's continue. What are we gonna do?
some posters over here.
Let's read some posters. Awesome. I can't wait to read more posters.
But
You don't have to be
I
here.
need you to tell me what science. You just made an accusation that I denied science. What science did I deny?
That it's a child inside of you. It is a clump of cells when
I'm
A clump of cells. Yep.
What makes me different?
that you were born.
Okay, so she's a clump of cells that was born. This is where we get kind of nuanced. So if it's not living, if the fetus inside, which I would just call a baby, a fetus, if that's not living until it's born, what about preemie babies? You can birth a baby early. So it's not like it's a set 9 months. After 9 months of pregnancy and then you give birth, then that's a baby. But what does the location change? Nothing. The location from the womb to out of womb doesn't change anything. And the timing doesn't change anything either. So just being born doesn't make you living.
You were born.
So you don't. What you're arguing is that anything that is not born is not valuable of life.
I
the right
did
to
not
life.
say that.
That's exactly what she said. Because you want to kill whatever's not born.
It's subjective. So when does a child or fetus or clump of cells, whatever you want to call it, when does this clump of cells or fetus become living?
When it can sustain.
Okay, so when it can sustain itself. I already know what the smart woman up at the front is going to say. She's going to say, what about children? They can't sustain themselves. I couldn't buy, I could, listen, I was able to buy my own food, but not until I was 14, before I had my first job. So my parents, I was fully dependent on my parents. Could they at any moment, because I was not sustainable by myself, could they at any moment just killed me?
Its own life.
But when is the sustainability? No, when is sustainability?
She's so smart. She gets it. Like it's so easy. When is sustainability? Because the girl's trying to say it's after you're born, but immediately after you're born, you have to have parents take care of you, change your diapers, breastfeed you, wash you, bathe you. They have to take care of you.
21? About like 30 weeks to born, like 24, 30.
Because how do you sustain life? Like my newborns aren't sustainable. You can't just have a newborn and they just like live on their own.
True.
Right?
Right.
They're not sustainable. They need help and assistance to survive. So is a newborn not worthy of life? Is a newborn not worthy of life?
I do have one thing to say to you.
She doesn't answer the question. This is 2 for 2. She hasn't answered the question. And it's because I think she does have a glimmer of hope in, at least she's not that crazy that she says newborns, they do have value of life. There are leftists, crazy people that will say, no, newborns do not have value at life at all. She at least has a little bit of hope and will say like, okay, obviously a newborn has value of life, which is why she doesn't answer the question. Instead, she's going to go on a tangent.
How is it that when my mom was in college 30 years ago, she was protesting the exact same thing that me and these wonderful other women and men on this side have been protesting?
Honestly, here's the black pill. Here's what you're not going to like, and here's what I've been thinking about, is the fact that, 30 years we've been trying to hold on to abortion. And for 30 years, Republicans and conservatives and Christians have been trying to ban abortion. Why do you think it hasn't ended yet on either side? Obviously, abortion is currently legal, but it's not made into law. It can be overthrown, and it might very well soon be overthrown with the Roe v. Wade being upturned. Why do you think that is? I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Republicans run on anti-abortion. They get in power, and they do nothing. They do nothing to stop it. Democrats run on keeping abortion, and then they do nothing on keeping it a law. They haven't made it a law of the land. They haven't taken the right to overthrow Roe v. Wade. Why do you think that is? It is because for the past, this girl used 30 years, but Roe v. Wade started in 1973. So the past, almost 50 years, they just keep running on the same thing because it gets voters. Republicans, I'm going to end abortion, and then they don't. Every 2 years, every 4 years, I'm going to get rid of abortion, and then they don't. We need to start electing officials that actually have our values and will put their money where their mouth is. They'll actually walk the walk and not just talk the talk.
Why? Why are we still protesting? Why are we still having to talk about this issue?
'Cause you're an idiot.
It is a basic human right to have an abortion, to have a choice.
The reason we're still having the question is because some people don't want to accept the natural consequences of heterosexual sex and be inconvenienced by another human life, or want to selfishly choose to end human life in order to have their whims met. That is why you're still arguing.
That's good. Okay, let's look at the crazy leftist side. Here they are. So we got a bunch of fat girls, masks, red hair, green hair. That's normal hair. We got kind of a soy boy over here with the man boobs. Abortion is healthcare. No, it's not. Abortion ends lives. That's what it does. We got the girl who, of course, looks like that. You know, it's so typical. And then on the other side, we had the regular looking people. All right, let's watch the second video. Here we go.
It's really laughable that it's only white people equating slavery to owning an abortion. Not once have I
Slavery to owning an abortion? What does that mean? I'm confused.
heard one black or woman of color.
Faith, do you want to come up here? Because apparently color matters.
I would like to.
I love it's always the white women that say we need more black voices. White liberal women are so empathetic, and it's so annoying. If white women didn't exist, transgenderism wouldn't exist. And it's because white women are trying to be a minority. There's a great joke by Bill Burr, and I'll play it for you.
No, it's unreal. I'm really annoyed how white women have the balls to throw my white privilege in my face, you know? Sort of separate themselves from these white males with their white male privilege. It's like, bitch, you're sitting in a jacuzzi with me. The f are you talking about?
Hear from a woman of color why
Yeah.
that
Faith,
isn't racist.
come on up here.
Let's hear from a woman of color, everyone. I'm wearing shorts today. Let's do this thing. Let's go. BLM, because their voices are better than ours.
I would
Yes,
rather
now
hear
it.
that.
Go ahead, Faith.
What's so funny?
Why are you pro-life, Faith?
Yes, thank you.
I am pro-life because life begins in the womb at conception. And I think that
Yep.
our personhood, our rights should not be based on having to be human plus something else. That's exactly what happened with slavery, where we were told that you have to be human plus not black. And now we're saying that you have to be human plus a certain age,
Yeah.
or human and in a different location.
And that's what the
so-
last girl was saying. She was saying, we like fetuses as long as they are babies that are outside the womb. They're born, they're outside the womb. That's when we like them. That's when we label them as human. Until then, they're subhuman.
Really what abortion is age-based discrimination.
Black people weren't seen as humans.
I love the white girl. Let me move me. Excuse me. I love the white woman saying black people weren't seen as humans. Let's rewind a little bit.
Black people weren't seen as humans.
Like she knows. This is the American school system crams this down our throats all the time, instills it in our brains to the point where we have, how many generations after slavery where now we have to feel guilty for something that we never did. So I love the white girl telling the black girl that black people were not seen as human, while she actively doesn't see babies as human. So ironic.
Black people were not seen as humans.
The Supreme Court actually said that they were 3/5 a
They
human
were-
person. Just like how you all have denied that a child in the womb is a human.
Exactly.
It's not human.
It's not a human. What is it? What is it then if it's not a human?
Fundamentally incorrect. What is it? What is a child in the womb? Is it a koala bear? When I get pregnant, am I pregnant with a koala bear?
See, this is great. She's being so funny. And I think it's okay to poke fun at stupid ideas. I mean, even the Bible mocks people. I mean, the Lord mocks people. You can read, there's a couple verses. Maybe I'll throw them up on the screen. Boom, 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 boom. Read those real quick while I talk about it. We can mock sin. Obviously, we're loving. We want people to understand the truth. But I think poking fun at someone's very brittle idea and ideology is good. Because up until now, this girl's worldview has never been shaken. She believes that a fetus isn't human, isn't a baby, it's a clump of cells. So as soon as you poke that and say, no, it is a human, they will be stronger because of this. These leftist girls will be stronger because of this, because they have to go, oh my goodness, I need to formulate my worldview better and be able to defend it better. Which means, if you want to defend abortion, you have to start studying up on it a little bit more, eventually come to terms that, oh my goodness, a fetus is human. And then eventually you'll wind up with the truth that abortion is wrong. But up until now, these girls who have been most likely through public education and then in a public college have never had anyone shake their worldview, which is why they are so adamant that they are correct, even though simple logic proves them wrong.
I'm pregnant with a member of our species.
Shouting louder doesn't mean you're right. These girls are all shaken up. And honestly, you know, these girls, they don't look like they're getting pregnant anyway. Maybe by some super beta soy boy males that are kind of overweight, just like them. Maybe they're getting them pregnant, but these girls, they don't have to worry about abortion. You know, most likely they're already on birth control because, you know, girls like that gobble it up. They don't got to worry about it.
You literally can't tell them apart because it's not human yet.
That's amazing to say it's not human yet. That's fascinating because that's giving a little bit too much away that, yeah, it is a human.
I just want to note that as a black woman and as a person who got my degree in biology, life does begin at conception.
She's a biologist. Wow, that was great. Thank you so much, Roger, for sending me these videos. I'm so proud of you for what you do over at Students for Life Advocacy. Thank you so much for just fighting for life. Hopefully we will see Roe v. Wade overturned very soon. I can't wait for the juicy comments in my comment section telling me that abortion is healthcare and that it's totally okay. And then I can't wait for all the rights people, the Christians, telling me that they are excited to watch Roe v. Wade overturned. It will happen in our lifetime, and we will get rid of all of the terrible, terrible politicians that do not walk the walk. They can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I want to thank my patrons. Thank you all so much for watching this. Please like and subscribe. I don't say that enough, and it's because I forget, and I also don't like to guilt trip people. But if you like the video, like and share, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.